Water. Life itself in every drop. Every day in some use or form we ingest it. From every tap, fountain, head, well, we take. Without ever thinking, what is water? Is it rivers running down the side of snow-covered mountains? But if it's coming out of your tap, it's most likely a mixture of things. One of these things go by the name of hydrofluorosilicic acid. Dr. David Kennedy, preventive dentist from San Diego for more than 20 years, comes from a long line of dentists. Dr. Kennedy gave some interesting information.
What makes fluoride in the water a problem? And the problem is the amount of fluoride everybody gets is way above the level that's known to cause harm. And there's no benefit to swallowing fluoride. So there is no reason to put it in the water. Why do 41% of the kids have funny looking spotted teeth? Because it inhibited the enzyme making the teeth. Well, you gotta be an idiot to think you can give a kid a poison so he ends up with spotted teeth and that's the only organ that was damaged. I mean, how did that magic just go to the teeth? Was it, if you take an x-ray of the bone is different. They show pictures of babies that have what's called baby bottle syndrome, where the mother's putting them to bed with either Pepsi Cola or milk, and some mothers put a tablespoon of sugar in the milk to make it taste real good. And it rots their little teeth right out of their head. And fluoride has no effect on that. There's studies of that showing that fluoride has no effect. They show this devastating illness and then claim that fluoride will have an effect.
Posted in April 2011 on the Toronto Public Health website, the Board of Health has unanimously reaffirmed its commitment to the continued fluoridation of Toronto drinking water at its monthly meeting on April 4th, 2011. We arrived at the Toronto Public Health Building to meet Dr. Hazel Stewart to talk about why we still choose to fluoridate our water and if it's dangerous to society. The amount of fluoride in the water, and then in terms of the health of children that it affects, is there a dangerous amount of fluoride?
Well, like any other substance in our environment, you can have dangerous amount, but like I said earlier, the amount of fluoride that is used to adjust the level of fluoride in our drinking water is safe. And if you look at the Health Canada is the one who determines what are the safe levels, what are the maximum allowable concentration, and we are well within that limit.
The fact sheet for Toronto Public Health says fluoride in drinking water has been proven to significantly reduce cavities and dental decay.
I drink the water in Toronto. I mean, you need to know that. So I wouldn't be here putting something in the water that's going to affect my health negatively.
It took 60 years to get to the point where they admitted that it did harm an infant. Well, it doesn't just harm an infant, it harms everybody.
This is what it says on the safety data sheet given to every customer who purchases hydrofluorosilicic acid from Solvay Chemical Company in Florida. If the product contaminates rivers and lakes or draining, inform respective authorities. Also on the data sheet includes a list of symptoms: nausea, bloody vomiting, abdominal pain, diarrhea, cough, and severe shortness of breath. Reacts violently to water.
So it harms the infant faster and more thoroughly than it does a big giant football player, and that's because of the size of the bone.
Is water fluoridation dangerous?
At the level at which the water is fluoridated in Toronto, because you have to remember that fluoride occurs naturally in the water, and all we have done is adjusted the level of fluoride in the water to maximize the health benefit. It is not a problem. It's not a health problem. It's not toxic.
I'm going to send you a copy of the National Academies of Science Review of Fluoride and direct your attention to Chapter 8, Table 2,
Okay.
and look for an iodine deficient infant. Get a penny. 0.01 will harm that baby. So you're going to give that baby 25 cents worth of fluoride when a penny's worth is going to harm it?
For an average male, at the level that the water is fluoridated in Toronto, they would have to drink continuously, not just one bathtub every day, but 28 bathtubs of water before it would get to a lethal dose.
And that's an average sized male, but what about a smaller person?
A smaller person, then you're talking about, of course, maybe, 30, 60 glasses of water continuously.
If you were a dentist out promoting fluoridation, say, brow rot's really good, we should put this hydrofluosilicic acid. Let's call it what it is. It's not fluoride. It's hydrofluosilicic acid. Fluoride and sand. And it comes from the phosphate fertilizer mining industry. It's contaminated with arsenic, lead, cadmium, and it's a very strange molecule that sucks lead into the bodies of children. That's nicely proven with over 450,000 children and a rat study showing exactly the same thing.
Dr. Hardy Lineback is a Canadian critic of water fluoridation. Dr. Hardy Lineback sent an open letter to the world, saying, "Since April 1999, I have publicly decried the addition of fluoride, especially hydrofluorosilicic acid." After requesting an interview from Hardy Lineback, he emailed us, "My public stand against fluoridation has basically cut my career short, and I'm at risk of losing my license." Right now we are on our way to Waterloo, where we are meeting with Denise McGoldrick. She will be talking about why they took fluoride out of the water treatment process.
There was certainly a group of citizens that came forward with concerns, in fact, multiple times before council, requesting council to advocate to have fluoride removed from the drinking water.
Did the citizens have a lot of concern about the water being fluoridated?
Yes, there was certainly a group of citizens that came forward with concerns, in fact, multiple times before council, requesting council to advocate to have fluoride removed from the drinking water. The results were very close, within about 200 votes, and the majority was to vote against the addition of fluoride. So.
There is a group of activists who have come forward, both to me and to the Board of Health, and voiced their concern. We have reviewed the literature. We've reviewed the available, credible scientific evidence. We've looked at it. This issue is discussed nationally and internationally, so it's not just a local issue, it's an international issue.
What were the public's health concerns on the issue with water fluoridation?
A lot of uncertainty around the health effects of fluoride. So there was numerous studies being cited, either raising doubt with regards to the efficacy of fluoride in the prevention of dental caries, and or the link of fluoride to things like fluorosis, fluoride allergies, bone cancers, those types of things.
We asked Denise for the location of the well sites in Waterloo. She gladly told us of a historical site that was still in use today, and conveniently enough, was located across the street from the Waterloo Health Board's offices.
Regina and William.
Okay.
And then right in this block here is the well house. And this building right here, actually all of this is the Region of Waterloo Public Health.
After seeing the well location in Waterloo, which does not fluoridate, we decided to travel to Toronto to see if we could show you the process of water fluoridation at the R.C. Harris Water Treatment Facility. Outside, we waited for an answer. No one came, even though reportedly there were people inside. Just inside of these walls, Toronto's water is cleaned and then fluoridated, which Dr. Kennedy says is an unsafe practice. Has your position change put you at risk of losing your license?
Well, I don't think so. I periodically go give the dental board a hard time about their failure to act responsibly. I'm a pretty good talker, and by the time I get done with them, they change their mind or basically say thank you for sharing.
This wasn't meant to scare you. This was made to educate you, to make you think, to question, what is our water? This map shows you that Canada, in the red, is one of the last few countries to fluoridate drinking water. countries such as Sweden and Italy that you see in the gray, that no longer fluoridate their water, have lower DMFT levels, decayed, missing, and filled teeth, in 20 to 39-year-olds. I will tell you this though, the information given is all public, and I've been drinking unfluoridated water ever since.
Death professor, love is lies, but love is better. You victim flies so high, eyes could be the diamonds confused with